Welcome to NYU Stern's EBS Weekly Report. I'm Natacha, VP of External Affairs. In today's agenda, we'll cover three main topics. We'll start with the nuclear crisis still unfolding in Japan, discuss the situation in the MENA region, then briefly review other economic and financial highlights of the week. Japan raised the nuclear alert level to 5, 2 levels below Chernobyl 1986, and a team of engineers is now working on reconnecting power and cooling the damaged overheating reactors in Fukushima. The death toll since the earthquake reached 8,100 people, while 12,000 people are still missing. This opens a new chapter for Japan's economy. GDP growth expectation is now estimated at 1.1%, down from 1.5%. The Bank of Japan injected massive funds in the economy, and counterintuitively, it did not weaken the yen as it became a safe haven currency. The dramatic appreciation of the currency led to a record high of 76.3 yen per dollar on the back of repatriation demand, unwinding of carry trades, and insurance companies buying yens because they know they'll have to be making billions in claims payments. That forex revolution led to a joint intervention with the G7 countries selling the yen in order to restore stability to the foreign exchange rate. As for the MENA region, demonstrations continue in Yemen in defiance of emergency rule, and President Saleh today sacked his government. In Syria, protests started in many cities. In Bahrain, the situation is still unresolved, and Standard & Poor's downgraded Bahrain's sovereign credit rating on its long and short-term local and foreign currency debt. Bahrain CDS kept drifting wider, with its yield now trading at 360 basis points, far above the 165 basis points pre-crisis level. As for news in Libya, although the foreign minister announced a ceasefire, the city of Benghazi was the center of constant shootings for hours by pro-Gaddafi forces, and an opposition fighter jet was shot down. On Saturday, a broad international effort under the leadership of French President Nicolas Sarkozy agreed to take all necessary measures to enforce UN Resolution 1973. Aircrafts from the five-nation coalition already destroyed targets in Libya. As for markets, crude oil was erratic this week, tracking closely the events unfolding in the region, declining on positive news such as the so-called ceasefire announcement, but surging again on fears of Bahrain and Libyan unrest. Bad week for equities. The Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, the S&P ended the week under their respective psychological thresholds. Volatility was the word of the week, as the VIX spiked to highest levels because of uncertainties in Japan and the MENA region. China raised its bank's reserve requirements ratio for the third time this year, reaching 20% in order to curb inflation. President Obama is currently on a 5-day trip to shore up economic ties with Latin American countries and is treating Brazil as a category of its own. Well, that's it for the last days. Thank you for watching our EBS Weekly Report. We won't be filming next week because of Global Econ and Futures and Options midterm, but you can always follow us on Twitter at NYU Stern EBS for news updates. I wish you a successful week. Thank you for watching us.